Remix.
I might have stopped the hell too early. Real rap, nigga. What the fuck is that? What's good, man? We are back with another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast. And today we came to bring y'all another episode brought to you by myself. But before we get into that, man, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Showtime Slim. Who else we got in the building?
Bob Celeste, bobceleste.bandcamp.com. Self out now. Should listen to it and make people buy it. Got a cool movie here. Can't wait to talk about it.
What up, you spooks and gooks and zipper heads? It's Big Lordy Lord in the building. Good.
Shout out all those spooks and gooks, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat. I don't know if I should repeat that. Like, this movie was going crazy. You know, the thing is like for a review of a movie, the word was said, so we got kind of no choice but to sort of say it in words. You know what I'm saying? As we go about explaining this shit. So to anybody out there that is, yeah, I mean, anybody out there that's Asian or Black or especially Asian or Jewish, or just warning you now, this was a pretty crazy movie. And there's going to be spoilers as well.
Definitely. Hold on, I'll be right back. 10 seconds.
All right. So, hey, if my shit start fucking up, let me know, because I'm having a little bit of issues on my side, I feel like. But so I just want to say that the reason I chose this movie, you know, we always start with that. The reason I chose this movie is because Gran Torino is a movie that I've had on my list. If you know me, you know I have an extensive list of movies that I have to watch, and Gran Torino is one of the movies on it. It was not my original choice. My original choice was a horror film from over 50 years ago, I think. So I actually was going to pick something different. I decided against it, and Gran Torino just was the one that I chose to pick this time. So
Are you
so
satisfied?
I came into it. Yeah, I'd never seen it before. This was a fresh reaction for me. I think Bob Celeste said he never saw it before either, right?
Right.
Plus, you had seen it already.
Yeah, I probably seen it like what? Yeah, probably maybe a year after it came up. So that shit was nigga like 15 years ago, for however long. That shit was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
But I remembered the ending when it start, like when he started doing that shit. I was like, oh, I know what's gonna happen.
So it was definitely damn. So I guess this is like a critically acclaimed film, huh? Like, they probably did well. Like, for me, I feel like this one was it was all right. Like, it did there was good shit going on, but I feel like overall it's all right. And there's a couple reasons why. First, one thing I want to ask about is what y'all not only thought about Clint Eastwood, but these characters, bro, acting wise.
Yeah. I think that nigga Clint Eastwood was crazy. I think he went insane. Like, I believe it's an old white man out there that act just like dude, like from the army. I mean, that was in the wars, and so I think he was insane and did like the best in the whole movie. But the Asian people, I don't know if they was kind of like they acting was ass, and they dialogue was like it seemed like voiceovers to me, but it wasn't. I'm like, bro, is this another person? Is this a fucking dub? But it's not.
Yeah.
Like though, like so. I don't know. It didn't bother me though, but I just noticed it.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Is that I felt like besides Clint Eastwood, everybody else kind of seemed scripted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's just a couple times where I realized that like this what was I don't know the chick's name. The kid's sister.
Sue.
Yeah. Sue is like Siri. Like, sometimes when she speaks, it's very like contrived and manufactured. Like, no, we are not. We are not gooks. We are actually from this place. We left after Vietnam. We were evading the commies. And she's just like saying things, and I'm like, bro, like you sound like a robot. Like it doesn't seem natural whatsoever. Like, I got that sense from her, and then the kid too.
Tao.
Tao, yeah, Tao was. Whenever he opened his mouth, it was like you said, like an English dub. Like,
Yep.
what did you say to me? I can't stand this. I can't stand this. We have to do something. Are you telling me to be calm? I cannot be calm right now.
Yep.
You know, like these. So one thing that threw me all the way off with this film was that besides the main character and his pet dog, everybody else was kind of ass.
So and his pet dog is crazy.
Yeah, I like that dog.
But look, so yeah, I think Clint Eastwood was also fire. He did great in this role. About the Asian niggas, man, I kind of feel the same way with what y'all said about him. I kind of like Puo said, it didn't really bother me. But so I know that everybody in this movie besides Clint Eastwood was like relatively like new actors. The Asians, they had never acted before, and they didn't really do shit after this either. So this is really their only shit.
Yeah, for
they
good
ever did.
reason. They had no potential. Salute to them though, because
Um,
they were
I'll say
they were useful
the
prop.
white nigga,
Who, the preacher?
the white nigga though. No, not him. The one that was, we talked a little bit before the podcast.
Cutting
The
his
one
hair?
that was with with the girl when they was about the black people.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
fake ass Shannon Tatum nigga.
Corny ass, bro.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shannon Tatum. That ain't Shannon Tatum.
Yup.
He corny. He looked like a crackhead wrestler.
You can't
Like,
hear me, Slim?
Nah, my shit fucking up a little bit. Yeah, that's his, Clint Eastwood real son, and he actually been. So after this movie, he was actually in a few things, and apparently he was in Fury, which I didn't see Fury. We watched it on the podcast. He was in that.
Yeah, it sucks because in Fury, like all the people be looking the same. Was it the new recruit, the one that was?
He was in Texas Chainsaw too.
Oh, I was asking who he
wait
was
a
in
minute.
Fury. I don't remember who in Fury he was. The kid.
I never saw Fury, so I don't really know.
Oh, you didn't watch Fury? Okay.
Which Texas Chainsaw? The New Beginning?
2013.
Oh, that's the one with Trey Songz.
He was in some other shit too.
Well, I didn't watch it. It was just on the TV the other day,
shit
just playing the shit.
His name's Scott Eastwood, but he used to go by Scott Reeves because I don't think he wasn't being claimed by Clint Eastwood like until I don't know when, but he didn't claim this nigga until like later. So he used to go by his real name. I think in this movie he went by his birth name.
That shit until this movie. Nigga did a song.
The Fast and Furious shit too. He was in some of the Fast and Furious shit.
I wouldn't claim that nigga either. He's definitely ass. I have fun watching him get hoed, honestly.
But does that mean he played his character well or no?
I think he did.
I'm not gonna call the director here a genius, cause this is one of them things where like, oh, you remember when we was talking about funny games and niggas were trying to tell me the way you looking at it and saying how poorly directed or whoop-de-whoop, that was what the fucking director meant to do. Like, if they're ass because the director meant it, they succeeded, but it doesn't make it not ass, and it's hard to watch. And it was stereotyped and cliched, which there's a lot of stereotyping going on in the movie, but between characters is one thing. Just written into the plot or in the script is kind of awkward. Like, you got him. Oh, of course, white boy with his fitted cap on backwards calls black people bro and gets teased and roasted about it. It's like, gosh, like.
But you don't feel like. I definitely get what you're saying, but it be niggas like that think like, okay, I'm finna try to. I think I'm a black nigga or whatever, and I think I'm finna impress this girl by taking her to the hood. Like, I can just walk. through the hood, knowing bitch ass nigga, you can't walk through here. Like it's goofy white people like that for real. So I kind of fuck with it. And that
every
I don't know
gangster in
about
the
the
fucking movie is a retard, bro. That's
yeah,
another thing
that's
too.
what I was about to say. I don't know about them being all aggressive on that nigga girl like they want to rape her or nothing like that, but they definitely would have pressed that nigga. He walked through there like that. Like, nigga, who the fuck is you, nigga?
Hey, press the shit out of him. They're about to take his girl in front of his face, bro. And he wasn't about to do shit about it. He had to get saved by a 78-year-old man with a blick. Now, honestly, that's just more the reason why Clint Eastwood really went crazy on this movie is because we got to see like an old dude holding these young motherfuckers, these young greedy ass motherfuckers. They always want somebody to do something for them or to break off. You want them to break off something for them and shit, and he got to clean up their mess and whatever else. Like that's the
Hey,
kind of
Luno,
attitude I'm getting. Yeah,
it might be. So it might be. Now that I'm thinking about it, pretty impressive that he was able to carry a movie like this with like these unseasoned ass actors, bro.
Insane, bro. In
I
fucking insane.
yeah, I like that because that's like a glass half full take, where I have
Yeah.
a glass half empty take, which is that because of Clint Eastwood, I was able to make it through the movie. You understand? I thought that
Damn,
he
he
Right.
was
was that bad to you?
it's not that it's that bad, Pools. It's just that the the dialogue writing left a lot to be offered in tandem with the acting, but the whole plot and the moral and the kind of theme they were going for, like finding closure after a life of like sin or and some of these themes of like him not wanting help from anybody because he's gonna feel like he owes them and shit, like these sort of things. Like there's a lot of good shit going on, like you know like intellectually, like they're trying to put down, but
Yeah.
the movie itself, I found it at times to be off-puttingly, like say, awkward. When these characters are getting emotional, I mean, your sister comes home, she just got beat up and ostensibly raped by these gangster niggas, these corny ass, fucking nerdy ass, Filipino looking ass gangsters who don't seem gangster at all, but nonetheless, because that's the movie they made, so these niggas did that whole shit.
Now they was kind of wilding on them Hispanic niggas though. At first, at the
They
beginning.
wasn't though. Oh well, he pulled
Not,
out a Uzi on his ass though. So like
yeah,
Well,
they
yeah,
he
he
asked
had a Glock and he had
he
a
asked
Uzi.
he asked that nigga how many bullets he got. That shit was fire to me. That was that fat nigga. Like he kept being in the mix, the fat nigga.
yeah,
But he
he
was
was the
ass.
Yeah.
wildest nigga. I thought it was gonna be the skinny
He
nigga at
was.
first, but okay, let me ask you something, Slim. You not you, but they stopped because they seen them niggas wilding on a on dude little cousin.
Yep.
You fast forward hour and 30 minutes after that, and this nigga let a nigga rape some niggas beat up and rape his other little cousin.
Yes. It was his niggas.
Why though?
And they're not his
Because
niggas, by the way, because I think they came to this country or whatever and shit. The girl said it when they was in the whip, right? The girls go to school and then the boys go to jail
Yeah.
type shit. So there's this idea that the young men and shit gone off the beaten path or whatever. They don't like want to be with the family unit. But this nigga Tao, he's trying to be like a good kid, but they be trying to jump him in, like and initiate him in what they got going on. So he refused that shit. He keep on trying to
no,
refuse.
Luno, I'm talking about Spider. Them was Spider niggas.
Yeah, so Spider and them is like badass kids. Cause remember when they pull up, it's like they're badass like nephews and whatever, like pulling up and giving the kid a hard time. But at first, the Shorty Sue, like she wasn't really like getting in the way of them. She went inside like, you guys are idiots. The next time or whatever, when they were trying to drag him, like she was like, oh hell nah, like I know what y'all getting down with. Like, nah, you can't be, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they
Um,
taking a nigga against his will to do some shit. Like when you gotta drag a motherfucker, like you know you doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing.
and that's
So
another thing that I understand too about like I don't know, like obviously there's crazy niggas or whatever, right? But I feel like you gotta be a dumbass gangster to like know what the fuck you seeing out there and then want to put the young bull on when you know he's not about that shit. Why are you gonna ask this little twig ass 10-year-old to steal a fucking expensive ass car out
bro,
somebody's garage by himself, bro? Y'all are some
that's
goofies.
that's the fake gangster shit. Like ain't no
Yeah.
well, I ain't gonna say because when you I guess the niggas was like 17, 18, so I get it, but ain't no grown man 25-year-old, no 25 plus nigga wants a kid to even be on no. They want them niggas to go to school any older man who a gang nigga, he wants the kids to go to school and do the right thing, like the nigga Thou was doing. But when you 18, yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
on
hey,
young
little
nigga
nigga,
time.
yeah, I could see that shit. Go, steal his whip. So I could see that. But that's my cousin. He shot up his cousin's house. A kind of weird ass, like.
But
That's wild as fuck to me.
You was asking about the change. Where did the change come? The change came when all that shit like was happening. I think
he beat up his partner, Slim. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
you that mad over that?
No, I think it was a buildup of shit. It was a culmination of shit because even when they was trying to get Ty the first time and Buddy came and put the shotty in his face and shit, they kicked him out. And then the partner shit was after, like, they driving by and you seen how they was mugging the nigga out the window? Like, it was like tension building the whole time. And then whenever he beat up his partner,
what the fuck do that got to do with your little cousin?
He don't give a fuck about them like that, Pooh.
Go beat up this old nigga. Go, why you fucking with your own family, nigga?
So they was kind of afraid. They was kind of afraid of bro because he got strapped. And let me be real with you. Like, they shot up that motherfucker's crib or whatever. If I was in Clint Eastwood position, I'll pull up with some of my real muskets. You know what I'm saying? I'll pull up or whatever else. I'll be on the doorstep. The first person to come to the door, yo, what the fuck? Pop. Next one, pop. Niggas on the veranda, pop. I'm going crazy.
The way he did was the smartest thing to do. I think
get shot was nothing.
Yeah, because he already knew he was gonna die. Like when he got
he was sick.
He was sick from his doctor. They told him, nigga, like, you probably finna die soon. So he was like, fuck it. Instead of just all this bloodshed, I'll take my L, and these niggas going to jail forever.
They're gonna go to jail. I agree with both of y'all though, because I actually thought this nigga was finna be on some like John Wick type shit. Yeah. Like I thought he was finna like. Yeah, but it makes sense that he was, especially since he's like he's a war veteran that he say that shit like live with him like every day. Like, he didn't like the fact that he had to kill motherfuckers, especially motherfuckers that was like surrendering and shit. He said.
Wait till niggas in the pen that got kids find out you raped a young ass girl and shit. Once you get up in there
and kill the old man.
Yeah, and kill the old man too. Like, y'all are some pussies, bro. Y'all not gonna last.
Hey, one of them Hispanic niggas said some gay ass shit like that at the beginning. Yeah, he was like,
"Oh yeah, when I was in jail, I would have fucked you."
We was in the pit. Yeah, what's that with it, Power? Speaking of Hispanic niggas,
what up, yo? Sorry, I'm late.
What up, bro? Why them jail niggas be on that type of shit, Slim? Nigga, I was listening to a nigga. He said, "Nigga, if you was still in jail, I would have bust your cheeks." I said, "Oh, bro,
that's the same thing." Buddy was talking about.
No, there's hella wild moments in this movie, though.
That's why sometimes I be believing Adept when you talk about these battle rap niggas. Some of them done went to jail before, and I feel like when you go to jail and you're not like the top dog, you just switch. Like, you just, I guess niggas just lose in the power war, bro.
Hey, let's get Fireworks thoughts, man, on this shit. Fireworks, what's your thoughts? Just a couple thoughts on the movie, man, or not even the movie, just what you think. You said there's a lot of wild shit in it or something.
Free surf, man.
Free surf, free the wave.
We didn't even get to the racism yet. We're gonna get to it.
Oh man. All right. So in that case, because that was really where I was gonna start at the
Go ahead. It's a lot of it. Go ahead.
I bet. So pretty much like the first thing that stood out to me, like within the first few minutes of the movie, you know, him just yelling out "Zipperhead" to, you know, that Zipperhead, and fucking just like there's racism all over this motherfucking.
I couldn't believe it, bro.
Yo, like, and you know what fucking just like caught me off guard was just like you know, in today's time, right, and like even, you know, back in the day, right, like you tell someone that type of shit, you feel me, you know, there's a high chance you're getting the dog shit kicked out of you or whatever, you feel me, but like they were like, it's not that they were accepting, right, for the lack of like better word, right, they just like, you know what I mean, they ain't check them or anything like that, they just, you know what I mean.
Okay, to be fair, sometimes he had a blip. Sometimes he had a blick.
A lot of the
I
times.
feel like Sue is like she's like
Sue was in on the joke.
Sue is like a whitewashed Asian girl. Yeah, she's like a whitewashed, like Americanized, like kind of Asian girl. So she's getting the racism shit, and she decides in the moment to historically correct him, not like to swing at him or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
She also say the shit like we only eat cats. I told you we only eat cats. She doing that shit.
Like she going along with the bullshit.
Yeah.
My man's pulled up on 3 black niggas and said, "What are you spooks doing over here?"
Oh no, that was wild, bro. That shit was wild, bro.
Like, this nigga think
wild as fuck.
That's what I was saying, bro. You definitely like this movie, bro, because they use that term.
I'm like, this nigga like me personified inside a movie. I was fucking with it the whole time. Like, I'm super racist.
Bro, I told Luna this is the most slurs I've heard all year, bro, in this movie.
No, for real. This movie takes the cake, for real. This man said, like, I almost kept like track of how many like he said, right? Like this man said zipperhead, shrimp dick, fucking pause.
Nigga.
Hey,
I mean pause.
Hey,
Shrimp dick?
I would assume it was like racist, obviously, because he said it to
it might be, but it might be,
That ain't no slur, that's like an insult.
It could be.
It's an insult,
because
but like
Asians.
It's an insult, but it's come on, like
it's a
like,
double. It's a double meaning for Asian. Low key pause.
I guess, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't counting that one though. Yeah, I wasn't counting that. That nigga said that was some other shit nigga.
Too. he said some other shit too, like
bro. Damn near every scene. Damn near every scene was racist.
Nigga called them slopes, bro. He said, "Ain't you slopes good at math?"
Oh yeah.
Because you know how they
Gook at least 10 times.
Yeah, Gook his favorite.
Oh no. When he first got brought into the house or whatever, right? He's like, yeah, let's enjoy some of this good Gook cooking. I was like, yo. This man, bro, like left and right. Like,
why he call them zipper heads? What is that?
Like it's another like insult for like slant eyes and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Because zipper,
the
sideways.
eyes are like zippers. That's crazy as fuck. So
yeah,
he said the traditional chink one too. He was like, "Why the chinks got to move into this neighborhood?"
Oh my god!
Nigga said it's $10 for the haircut. $10? What, you turn Jewish?
Oh, them niggas was racist too.
Yo, he called that nigga. He called him a Pollock. I had to look that up.
Even at the end, spoilers. Like at the end, and I don't mean to jump the gun. Like when they were reading his will or whatever, he's like, "Oh, make sure you don't do such and such to the car, like these beaners or whatever." I was like, "Yo, even after he's dead, he's still going."
Bro, he called them nigga. He called them rice niggers at one point. I never heard that. I never heard rice niggers before. There was a few I never heard in this movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god! Spoilers.
Hey, and he hold that priest nigga too. He told him he was a overeducated 27-year-old virgin that be holding old ladies by the hand and promised them eternity and shit.
No, that was he was on
that nigga ass.
27-year-old virgin who preaches nonsense to older women, makes them believe it or not. That nigga was really saying some of the wild shit. Really, part of the joy of this movie was watching an old ass nigga wig on a bunch of younger people and them doing nothing about it or minimally anything about it. Like,
hey, Luna, bro, that nigga, y'all remember that nigga was standing there? He said some other shit I never heard. It's a lot of shit I never heard before. That nigga said a Mexican, a Jew, and a colored guy go into the bar. Oh, the bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here."
Fuck out of here.
This nigga was racist as fuck, bro.
He was in Sudum house. That little girl walked by. He patted that bitch on the head. Like, what are you doing? Why are you patting kids on the head like they're a dog? Oh, you heard in the background. Oh, nigga just pet our kid.
I mean,
why you kept calling that nigga Toad, bro? And Yum Yum, he called that bitch Yum Yum.
He was just holding that nigga.
To be fair, Pools, he didn't know like their cultures and customs.
Nigga, do he pet regular kids on the head?
He was calling that girl yum yum, bro.
Yeah, he too old for that shit. Need to be on a watch list doing some shit like that.
Yeah, because he told Ty he was gonna take that her. He said if he don't ask you out, I'm gonna take you out myself or some shit like that.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Thou, my nigga, he needed that nigga around him because he got that nigga lit. Like, want to turn
For
up,
sure.
want to get on some bitches and shit. Like,
Bro, he
Wow,
made that
nigga
nigga
what he
into
needed to know.
a full fledged man. So like at the end when he like said, yeah, you don't need to figure out what it's like to kill people. I understood that because everything, all the game he was giving him already was all he really needed to be lit, bro. He got the confidence to ask his bitch out. He learned how to fix shit. He learned about tools. He got a job.
He got a job.
Like,
Yep.
he got a nice ass whip,
everything.
a priceless ass whip. That Gran Torino
Well,
was fire.
with sacrifice, yo, but that came later. You know what I'm saying? But like yeah, he was lit. Like he learned like that's probably the realest thing about this movie for real. Just like an old ass nigga, despite the hatred, despite the racism, whatever else, his principles as a man was what mattered, son. That's why.
Yeah. What about the character growth, Luna? Because even at the end, like he actually called that nigga his friend. At the beginning, he couldn't stand the sight of them niggas.
Yeah, he was like, oh no, go ahead, Luna.
No, I would say like it's a kind of tasteful how they did that because usually with these movies or whatever, they want to make it some sort of like white savior thing where like the white dude overcomes his like racist disposition and like do whatever. Like I think like in this movie, like it was less about that and more like this kid is on a bad path right now and shit like that, and I want to do what's best for him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga seeing him and he's young, he has potential and shit. He's not like out these kids out here trying to gangbang and whatever else. So I feel like that kind of relationship is what was the strength. The racism and shit, I think, is an artifact. It's just a product of the times that they're in or whatever else. And it's just there to show you that there's like some hurdles to people understanding each other. But I don't think this was like a white savior movie.
What else is, now that you say that, because I never thought about it until now, when you was talking about the shit about him being on the wrong path and like his principles and shit, I also think maybe that has something to do with, you remember he went to the confession and he was confessing how he didn't know his kids, he didn't have no relationship with them because he couldn't have no relationship with them. I guess he didn't know how to. Maybe that could be, it's like a redemption kind of thing too, to where his kids don't fuck with him, they don't have no relationship, and now he see this young motherfucker like you say going down the wrong path, and so he's actually being like a father figure almost to this nigga. Like what he couldn't do for his son or his sons, he's doing for this nigga now too.
Because his family is like definitely shitty, bro. At the mom's funeral, they were all just waiting to see what they would get. When this nigga died, they're just waiting to see what they would get. And I was so glad too when they announced that nigga was getting the Gran Torino and not them bitch ass motherfuckers.
That granddaughter was pissed.
Yo, that Peter Griffin ass nigga, bro, he need to get the fuck out of here, bro. His kids are spoiled. That daughter is a piece of work, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna need this and need that. Are you gonna get rid of the sofa? I look good in my dorm, bro. I should have shot you.
Look, he called her. He called his son, and like after he got that bad news, he was trying to chop it up with him. Nigga ain't even want to be on the phone. Like, bro, you know if your mean ass pops call you and talking to you like cordial, you gotta know it's something up, bro. You can't rush that nigga off the phone. Like, fuck you, nigga. And he never talked to that nigga again.
Hey, and he called them niggas swamp rats too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Swamp rats.
He called them swamp rats.
Never heard that one before, but
I never heard half this shit.
That shit was like every time they'll bring that nigga like some flowers or some full hit. No. All right, come on, put it over there. That shit.
It was funny because at first he was throwing that shit away. When they first started bringing it, he was throwing that shit away. He didn't want it. He really didn't fuck with them. Like he didn't fuck with Asians, Koreans. It makes sense. It makes sense him being in the Korean War too, though.
But his character growth is like, it's kind of wild too. Like for real. Like he, like at the beginning of the film, we kind of see him. He's like closed in. You feel me? He ain't really want to fuck with no one. You feel me? And then if it wasn't for like, I guess meeting Sue and Tao, right? Like we wouldn't really know what type of person he is as well. You feel me? Like he finally opens up. You feel me? We know a little bit about him. We know he's we know at the beginning of the film he's a war vet and whatnot. He's horrified by the things he's seen and shit like that. And then obviously it all comes full circle towards the end of it. So like, his character development was great, man. For real, for
Oh
real.
yeah, the white nigga too. He called that nigga what he say? He said, "Get your old fade patty ass out of here." And I just found out what that was a few years ago. That patty shit. That's some Irish shit.
Yeah, yeah.
When Big Red
Yeah,
got a real deal, I found that out. So that
yeah,
nigga was
there was a
Irish.
lot of Irish discrimination too after after the wars and shit like that. The Irish people also got discriminated on, like on equal footing with the Chinese. As a matter of fact, in America, they passed like a Chinese exclusion act. They didn't let Chinese imports come in and let Chinese people get jobs, whatever, whatever. And Irish people, I think they were treated like shit, partly because they had a different kind of Christianity or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
uh like they were, I think they were Protestant, while like the Catholics were like kind of like the main like sort of American religion. The Protestants were looked at as like heretics because Protestants are kind of like a liberalization of Christianity, bro. It doesn't go as deep. Protestants are like a lot of Christians that you might see like around on the street, basically. So like they, white people got it too. Everybody was like a recipient of some type of racism in this movie. And I thought that was probably true to the history for sure. But one thing I will say is that this movie is not like a racial redemption arc. I don't think people should
Nah.
watch this movie because they're looking for either like a racist to get their just desserts or see like racism get solved. No, this nigga's racist because race was a big theme in the type of conflict that he was a part of. Racism is a thing at the time this movie takes place. The real central part of this movie, what people are supposed to take away, is how he finds in the kid like potential and how he want the kid to be on a good path, all that. Like I think that's what they wanted us to see. And I think the ending might be symbolic, but I'll see what y'all think about that. Because I was kind of shaky about the ending. But
Yeah, and with the racism shit. So Clint Eastwood, he didn't write the movie, but he directed it. I was telling I think Art the other day. Clint
yeah,
Eastwood directed the movie, and what he said about the movie is that he wanted to make some shit that wasn't politically correct. He wanted to be politically incorrect because he said like the politically correct shit gets boring, and like when you talk to people that be walking on eggshells all the time, that should be boring. So I guess that's why he went all out with the racism. Like it was literally damn near at least every 5 minutes, it was some racist shit going on.
Every sentence this nigga said was probably some spook.
Damn near. He called them niggas fish heads. Like what that mean? Why he called them fish heads?
Nigga just was saying shit.
He said, "What you fish heads looking at?" Like, Sue invited that nigga over to the barbecue. That nigga said, "Just don't touch my dog." Like he a wild nigga, bro.
Nah,
So,
they was like, I would have been feeling the same way though. Not about the dog shit, but like if I'm just in this house. Sue inviting me over. Everything I do is wrong. Y'all are looking at me now. I would have. Hey, y'all niggas gotta get off my dick in here. That's what I would.
You gonna call them fish heads?
Nah, because I don't talk like that.
yeah, me neither. I don't talk like that either.
I don't know what that means, bro.
What was the saying? Apparently.
What that shit
No, like fish head. What?
Come on, bro.
No.
Come
Hell.
on.
But nah,
Hey,
what
that nigga
I was
was
speaking of what
fucking
Sue
that
said.
food up too. Korean food.
Come on, man. You can't say fish head and say fucking food up. That shit is just that's a horrid combo.
What?
Anyway, bro, I wanted to speak on what you were saying about not wanting to be politically correct. If I'm fairly certain, there's probably been way more politically incorrect movies than this prior to that year. So if you really saw a need for that in the industry, then I don't know. I'm trying to think of like
I don't
some
know about it.
controversial films.
I don't know about a need. I don't know about a need, but maybe it's
It was
just
just
he didn't want to
motivation.
make no. Yeah, he didn't want to make no politically correct shit.
But let me ask y'all, like, if this movie didn't have racial themes and it was literally just about like an angry old man who doesn't like accept or like people of another race, he doesn't say any of the slurs. There's no like racially charged interactions. He literally just doesn't like them, right? And he like grows closer with this kid and like fights against these gang kids. Like, do you think the movie would have hit the same? Do you think that the racism made it
Nah.
better?
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been less entertaining. Honestly.
Like, okay, so we laughed at him saying gooks and slopes, right? So that's what
Wow.
made the movie better.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because it's not like I don't think.
And also,
I mean,
hey, Luna,
on the surface level, but I feel like it's paused is deeper than that. Like it's funny, but he became to start accepting them while still calling them
Facts.
these slurs, and I kind
He
of
was
think
still
that's
himself.
yeah, he's still himself while he actually liked them now.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Word.
Fireworks.
Fuck. No, I had a point to make, right, or whatever that I was gonna get at, right, but I lost my train of thought. My fault.
It's
What
all
part of
good.
the conversation did you think of it?
It was when you were like saying, oh, because the racism was involved, like it was better that way or whatever, and it like I guess I forgot my original point, but like to the viewers listening and whatnot, right? Like it wasn't that like we was going crazy with the racism or whatever, that oh yeah, keep going with this shit or whatever, right? There was like
I
like
was.
yeah, oh my god. All right,
It was just a
Fluence.
product of the movie.
Yeah, it's just what I mean. It's just part of the movie, you feel me? So I
Yeah.
lost my original point, but like anyways, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like
I definitely think. Oh, go ahead, Puss.
I was just gonna say, like, you said take out the racism and the slurs. So if he pulled up on those black dudes and was like, what are you brothers doing over here? It wouldn't have hit the same. Like that nigga said,
Yeah, I mean, there's all
you
kind of
spooks
goofy
think
shit
you're
I could
doing?
sort of. Yeah, there's all kind of goofy shit I could imagine they do as the replacement. I mean, granted, this is Hollywood and they got all the money in the world. These niggas will probably write some decent shit, but nonetheless, yo, all I'm saying is that what the racism amplified to me was a tone. Okay, the tone is like adversarial, is antagonistic. The people in the vicinity of this main character and this main character himself are spiteful, are hateful on the basis of that race, and that's something that's in the air between these characters while they interact with each other. They didn't smooth it over. They didn't make them just say regular ass shit, but by the way, they're racist, because that makes the way that they interact with each other way less tense. So maybe you could say that racism for this movie introduced a sense of hostility between the characters, which I would say, sure, I agree with that. But sometimes I felt that certain conversations, like him with his fucking barber and sometimes just him talking to the regular cast, like I'm literally just watching these niggas have like a racism cipher where they're trying to find new inventive and cunning ways of calling Asian people Asian. Okay. Like,
We've seen
and
that
so
on
I
Discord too.
personally,
We've
I don't
seen
think.
that type of thing.
Right, yeah, and so unless you want people to live at home, to watch from home or watch from the theater and have like a vicarious experience of either being a racist or being around racist people, you kind of do succeed. But I think that this sort of racism that they present in this movie is kind of comedic. Sometimes kind of a joke the way that they go about the sort of racism that they're doing. Whereas I've seen like Spike Lee, for example, convey like racism or whatever in like ways that I think are tasteful, that are brutal, but at the same time, it's like you can kind of be in the situation. I watched this from the outside and I'm like, that's some goofy ass racist shit he said. Slopes, I mean, that's ridiculous.
But
But
So
Luno, I
yeah,
think with from Spike Lee's perspective, it's mostly racism dealing with like the black community. I feel like, whereas this one is kind of it's kind of
Universal.
like universal. So that's might be why. Because I mean, I kind of look at it from the outside too, but it's because it's not a bunch of African American slurs. It's like other things that I can't really
you know, it's a
resonate with
movie that
or
I really like. Is Higher Learning, and
Mhm.
Higher Learning had like racism in it, but it almost like felt wrong to watch, which I think is like an excellent way to feel when like racist shit is happening on the screen. I felt kind of
Yeah.
similar about like sort of the violence and brutality in I Saw the Devil, where it was like usually when violent stuff happens in a movie, I'm looking at it as a cascade of special effects and something that's significant to the plot. But in that movie, the way that they kind of had the cinematic sort of natural and shit, and sort of the way that they did everything very flush, like I felt kind of crazy when I was watching niggas get killed and shit like that in that movie. Like it felt like kind of raw, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that when you're gonna bring in something that's serious like racism, I think that having it be like that kind of raw shit, at least for a drama, I think is important. If you're doing a parody movie about racism or whatever, that's a different story. But that's not what this is supposed to be, right? This is serious. So
Mhm. Yeah,
um
yeah. I think let's say higher learning. Like I
yeah,
think the tone for higher learning is definitely way more serious than this. And so with this one, it's like this nigga is a pure racist, like clearly. And I think that's kind of what they kept just hammering it home. Like he's just so fucking racist. Everything comes out of his mouth is some racist shit to every race, not just one race. He's not just racist to Koreans. He's also racist to black people and Irish people
And Mexicans.
white people, Mexicans. Like he's racist to every fucking body. And so I think that's just some shit they just kept hammering
I don't even
over and
like.
over again.
He clearly ain't that racist if he fuck with them though. Like
No,
just because you like.
No, I know.
But let me.
He didn't fuck with nobody. Who else?
Yeah, he did. He fuck with his barber, even though he was saying they, bro. That's how. That's
they was
how
friends though. They was friends.
It's the same shit though. Like he might
it's not.
Yes, it is because he after a while he started feeling like that one and was his friends too, and he was still saying the same type of jokes. This is just how he is, bro. Like this is an old ass nigga from the war. Like that's how they talked out there. I'm gonna kill me.
Who else? The old niggas in the war was racist, and he's one of them.
Yes,
but I think the difference
became their friends and shit.
Yeah, but who he is racist. He became their friends, but yeah, it didn't have anything.
All right, let me
it didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
The wild shit you done heard me, John Doe,
right?
Well, not KTL. He probably is racist, but everybody like you done heard like you done heard us say some of the wildest shit. You think we really like that?
No, because y'all don't mean it.
And
but
if you watch this, you guys be joking and
we
shit.
know y'all trolling. But
and
if you watch this movie,
he's joking with his friends is jokes, but when it's like a real nigga trying to hold him and shit is for real.
That's
like,
not true, Puos. He went out his way to hold niggas first.
When?
That old lady didn't do nothing. Them Koreans didn't do nothing to them when they moved next door. He was talking crazy from the beginning.
He don't like that.
Nigga really racist.
That don't mean
and he pulled a gun on him too.
Bro,
nah, the gun shit.
Well,
nah, the gun shit ain't
old boy. But
the gun shit ain't it. It was reasons.
And all he did was just say like little shit, like I can't really explain it.
Puos, this is the difference. The shit that you just said about John and you and all. So y'all be trolling, right? Y'all be joking. Y'all not finna go around just a random group of people and call them racist slurs out in just for no reason. Y'all not finna go around white people and just call them racist shit. Y'all not going around Asian. This nigga was just going around everybody calling them that before he was even cool with Sue and Tao. He was racist as fuck to them Koreans because that's how he is. Even though he kept doing it after he was cool with them, that's who he is. That's his character. Nigga still racist. Hey, that's like the people that be saying like I got a black friend or something like that. It's the same shit.
What's a gook though?
It's an Asian slur.
A gook is an Asian slur. Luno told me that shit.
Yeah, it is.
The same reason nigger is a slur to us.
So he's saying all these fish heads, and so all of this shit just Asian. When did they get this many slurs?
This has been on for like so long, Pujols.
Yeah, like, because you know what's crazy, Pujols? For real. I looked up some of these hoes, like that shit they were saying about the one you told me. What is it? Polak, whatever the fuck that was. I looked that shit up. That's a fucking Polish slur. The nigga called him that. So they was just using slurs from every fucking race, bro.
You might be right.
Fucking rice nigger, bro. I never heard rice nigger before.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. That's the first time I heard of that shit too. That like for real.
That is insane, bro. Like the fact that the black racism is so powerful, you just had to carry the word over is so insane.
He asked that. He said, "What you want to do? Carry your tools in a rice bag? Like why you said a rice bag, bro?"
Yeah.
That nigga just can't. He was saying some Asian shit, bro. Don't touch my dog. Come on, bro. They not gonna eat your dog, bro. You know that.
How do he know they not though?
They got barbecue over here. She just told you, bro.
I'm dead, bro.
That nigga's wild. That nigga, what he told them three niggas, about them three niggas, he said he called them something, Charlie Chan and shit like that. He was calling them niggas. He was just saying like stereotypical shit the whole movie.
Oh no, that was
Ching
nigga said something Ching Chong Wing and Charlie Chan.
Charlie Chan.
Jesus Christ.
That's he just calling niggas names, bro, the whole movie. Hey, that shit clever too. I ain't gonna lie.
That girl's name was like Yao or some shit like that. Nigga called her Yum Yum.
It was like Yun, some shit like that.
Yeah, Yoon or something. Called her ass Yum Yum. That's insane.
He was on that priest nigga ass too, and he was trying to call him Walt. And nigga say, "My name, Mr. Kowalski."
Yeah, stop calling me Walt like we're friends or something.
And he told him call him Walt after that shit.
Yeah, I think it was fire that he told him that at the end. I think that shit goes with the character growth, like the change.
Yeah.
Because at first he would not let this nigga call him that. He kept telling him stop calling me that shit. At the end, he told that nigga to call me. So we see like you said, the change that he had with the priests, with the Koreans. Like he just
They're
had
not Koreans.
they're not Koreans.
They're not. They're Hmong,
No.
which is not Korean, Slim.
Well, I think the plot, the fucking plot shit, call them Koreans, man. That
Nah,
ain't
he
my
was in
fault.
the Korean War, so he hates Asians. They're Asians, but they're not Koreans.
No, they're Hmong.
Yeah, and Hmong are like the leftover, like unkilled, I guess, Thai people or Vietnamese people.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Like we're saying that respectfully, by the way, for the viewers at home and shit. Like, you feel
yeah,
me?
because they were being
I used to go to
persecuted by
school with
the
a Vietnamese guy.
they're being persecuted by the fucking communists apparently. So like fleeing to America was like their like last resort or some shit.
My bad, Hmongs.
Yeah, the Hmongs came here
But
for
she
freedom. And
corrected
bitch
him.
ass spider want to
Was it
go and rape
Hmong?
girls. If you're a Hmong and you got saved by that situation, bro. Don't be like Spider, bro. That nigga has a blessing. He's able to come here. He's not getting killed by Stalin. And what does he do? He kidnaps his own cousin and does horrible, unspeakable things to her. Is he grateful for having escaped, or should we left his ass with the communists, bro?
Oh
Nigga,
my
that scene was crazy. Whenever they called on the phone and she wasn't by the aunt, and then all of a sudden, because that was right after the house got shot up, and then all of a sudden she just walked in the door all bloody and shit. The way like that shit was fire, and he just dropped his glass and shit. That shit was cold to me.
The nigga couldn't believe that shit.
He had a few cold scenes, like the shit with the when he first pulled up when they was fighting on the lawn, and he pulled up with the shotgun. Like that shit was fire the way they did that to me, because it kind of just came out of nowhere.
No, when
There was no build up. We didn't see him walk out there or nothing.
When he was stomping out that dude, oh man, that was crazy.
And when he met the black people, he told them, what he say? He said some shit like, he said, you know when you meet somebody that you shouldn't have fucked with? Nigga said, that's me.
Oh,
That's
he was
Some
me.
shit
smoking.
like that. He said. That shit was cool.
Because they definitely wasn't expecting a nigga to pull up with a with a fucking whatever that shit was.
His little signature shit he do where he pull out the finger gun, then he pull a real strap on
Battle
your
rap gun.
That nigga pull a fake gun on you, then pull a real one on you when you think everything okay.
Yeah. So obviously, like I said earlier, I thought he was finna do some John Wick shit at the end. They kind of was. I feel like they was kind of setting us up for it. Like we see this nigga, like you say, he got a gun on him all the time, every time. he's pissed because of this shit that happens to Sue. Like he goes to confession, and I'm thinking he's confessing. He says he's at peace, and it's really the priest, man. The priest keep telling me, like he talking about, look, if we're not here, it's gonna be some bloodshed.
He wasn't
And
wrong.
he find out, and the nigga say, "Oh, I'm at peace." The priest like, "Oh shit!" Like the priest was telling me shit, and I'm thinking like, "Yeah, this nigga finna go wild on niggas."
Priest did not lie to you.
He didn't lie to me, but it kind of that's the thing where they kind of set you up for something, and then they do something completely opposite. That's kind of what that shit is. Like it felt like they was leading us to this nigga having like a big ass gunfight with these niggas. And then he went out there and he sacrificed himself.
The movie too realistic for that shit, bro.
Depends on how you
He's not John Wick. This nigga, it's not a fucking action movie. It's just too realistic for some shit like that to happen, bro.
Well, I mean, he's a Korean War veteran, and sometimes they try to do that. They try to do that with these war niggas.
12 guns aimed at one man with a pistol the whole movie.
Well, yeah, he wasn't gonna win.
Niggas think was gonna happen.
Pools, but you talking about in the moment. I'm talking about leading up to it. Like when he locked Tao in the basement and shit.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
like,
saying like soon as he walked up and you seen it was just him and 10 guns on him, you should have known what was gonna happen.
yeah, at that point it was like, of course he couldn't
Oh,
win.
okay. I thought you meant like you seen that shit and you thought he was gonna do some John Wick shit.
Nah, I'm talking about like leading up to it, because like looking back, like it makes sense. Like the reason he locked Tao in the basement is because he knew he was gonna go out there and get killed. Like that was his whole plan. And if Tao would have came with him, that nigga would have died too. So he's like, no, you staying here. And Tao think he finna go out there and shoot some shit up the whole time, like you said. But he just planned to sacrifice himself so that these motherfuckers can go to jail. Like it's all these people on this street watching, so they got witnesses now. So I mean, it was a good plan. It was a good plan.
It was a good twist. I want to highlight the scene where like Slim, you already mentioned it, but when he went to go speak with that dude, I forgot his name.
Priest.
The priest, yeah, the priest. It kind of signified like his final moments in a sense. Because you know, he finally like made peace with his inner turmoils, like I guess, you know what I mean? Like that's when we figure out, you know, that he wasn't close with his like sons and shit like that. That he
shit, I knew that the whole movie fireworks.
I mean, obviously, you know what I mean, but like that it revealed a little bit more of that. You know, everything else, you feel me? It kind of I saw that as like, yeah, that was his final moments for sure. You feel me? Like he in a sense to stop beating around the bush. I already felt like I already knew he was gonna go out like that. You feel me? In a sense, just because like he was just really preparing himself. That's how I saw it as. You know what I mean? And then also obviously the whole dog scene where he gave away the dog and shit like that. So
yeah, that too is like, yeah, he's leaving his dog here because this nigga ain't coming back. But that's why I was saying, like, the reason I thought he was finna go do some like John Wick revenge type shit is because like every time we see this nigga, he got a gun, he got the upper hand on niggas, he don't give no fucks. And it's like, okay, these niggas just did this shit to Sue. Like when they shot up the house, that's one thing. And then they did this shit to Sue. Like he was real close with Sue. Like Sue is the reason that he even fucked with Ty. He didn't fuck with that nigga at first. And then he got cool with Sue. He told her, you all right. And then over time, like he got cool with Ty. So I felt like when they did that shit to Sue, it's like, yeah, this nigga finna go retaliate. And so because the first thing he did, he asked that nigga where that was before he asked him where they live. And he went out there and beat the shit out that fat nigga. I thought it was more of that to come. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that was going to.
I feel you. And like for all we know, they could have done that. You feel me? Where he was gonna shoot shit up. They could have done that for the film, but I felt like this was more like with him not, and on top of that, he didn't carry a gun to the scene when he got shot up. Right? It kind of felt like it adds more to his character development. Like in a sense, it's like he changed his ways. You know what I mean? Because the man is a war vet, as we know. You feel me? So like it's kind of like, and yes, even though he did carry out the strap like a few times in the movie, you feel me? This was like
he never shot nobody.
Yeah,
he never shot nobody.
Yeah, you're right. But he definitely carried like the rifle too. Let's not forget about that.
So let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think he was bluffing the whole time, or do y'all think he really would have shot? You think that?
Nigga would have aired niggas out if it came to that. He would have aired niggas. Nigga wasn't bluffing. Nigga really killed niggas.
The only reason I asked that, Pools, is because like what you just said, he really killed niggas. And at the end of the movie, he kind of expressed that like he didn't like the feeling of like killing nobody.
I
feel like he killed the nigga who didn't deserve it though.
Yeah, he did. That's what he said. He said somebody
deserved it. Like all the people he pulled the strap on, they would have deserved it.
But he said, but when Tao asked him like what it's like to take somebody's life, he said that shit awful. And so he was talking about like the regret that he had and how he lived with it every day. This nigga might not want to kill niggas no more.
I think he was more written on like when he was saying it was like a little nigga, like a little kid who didn't deserve it. Like that's the regret, not the actual body and niggas who deserve it. Like
Maybe.
casualties of war type shit. I don't think that's what he meant. Just a little 14-year-old boy. Yeah, I would regret that shit too. Nigga surrender and I shoot the nigga. I feel like a bitch ass nigga.
But and so going forward, would you like you still wouldn't like if it was like a nigga like Spider, you wouldn't give a fuck. Like afterwards, I mean, after you did that shit in the war.
If I know it's just like a little 2-bit fake criminal bitch ass nigga, maybe. But after he did that shit to Sue, I probably want to body that nigga. But I feel like this nigga did the best thing possible for everybody. Because if he go in there and let's say he might have killed one or two of them, who says he would have killed the niggas who did it, and they would have been able to claim self-defense. They would have been maybe possibly got off. He thought it out. Nigga was thinking for 24 hours. So
he told that nigga that too. He told him we gotta plan this shit out.
He did the right thing, bro. Like he
went out like a G.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm finna die anyway, so I'm finna take all these niggas down with me. I'll die, leave my car to my young boy, and that's it, nigga. Fuck it.
Yeah, it makes sense too.
I'm cool. I'm at peace, like I told niggas. Let me go out clean, pull a fake handgun, pull a cigarette out, and tell these niggas, "Oh, you got a light? I got a light," and then let them kill me.
I like how he kind of prayed right before he got all that shit unleashed on him. Pause.
That was dope.
He's like Hail Mary, and then that shit was wild.
That nigga, he went out clean too with that shit that you said, Pull.
Yeah, that nigga said, "You got a light? I got a light." Then that nigga actually went for a lighter. That shit was fire.
He had quotables in this movie. It was a lot of quotables.
That nigga was a god in this movie, bro.
Facts.
Even though he kind of started off a little shitty, but
he might have been one of them niggas in his younger days. Like he might have been really like that.
It's probably one of my favorite characters, at least lately. Other niggas been ass.
Hey man, anything else? Did y'all hear the end of it? That nigga was singing that song too. He was singing that.
Yeah, I thought that was him.
I just cut it off at that point. Not gonna lie.
Did y'all
cut it off?
No.
Herbert the cried, then you fireworks. I know what you about to say.
Yeah, yo, this nigga, bro.
He said he cried.
Nah. I mean, I definitely shed a thug tear. You feel me?
Yeah, I know. I knew one of you niggas would.
I definitely shed a thug tear. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like it did hit me though in the moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yeah.
I ain't cried, but I felt it though. Like I felt like, damn, that nigga died.
Yo, I couldn't believe it was actually over, bro. Like he got shot all them times. Like, oh, he had the bulletproof vest on though. This is a whole finesse right now. No transition. He's already in the ambulance. Damn, bro.
His ass up. Put him in the fucking bag.
Swiss cheese, son. It's a pity.
No, but the way they killed him, goddamn, bro. Like they unloaded everything in that fucking arsenal, bro. Yo, they overkilled that nigga. They overkilled that
didn't
nigga.
even get caught, bro.
What's up with that priest nigga, man? Y'all like that shit he was doing at the end?
I think he's a worse priest than the one from There Will Be Blood. He's worse than that nigga.
He is? I don't think he's worse than him. At least this nigga.
What you mean?
Yeah,
like
this nigga is.
He more annoying.
He might be more annoying.
Up on the screen, I'm like, you never popped up on the screen. I'm like, oh boy, it's this guy.
He's more genuine though, Luno. I'll give him that. He's way more genuine than the other nigga.
He has good intentions, but they're just nominally good intentions, bro. Like you moseyed up with my wife before she passed away. She's married to a rich ass nigga. Now she told you, "Oh, please take care of my husband." You know, when I'm not around anymore. And you think this special request shit is gonna make you finesse me and make me go to your bumbleclot church, bro? Like I'm not pulling up to your fucking church, bro. Like you're not gonna tell me something. I knew your wife. First of all, what the fuck does that mean? Second of all, I'm my own person. Like you're not about to force me.
Yeah, Luno, but the nigga from There Will Be Blood. The nigga from There Would Be Blood wouldn't even honor that nigga wife wishes. At least that nigga tried to honor his wife wishes.
Yeah, that nigga from There Will Be Blood would have said, "Fuck that, the oil over here. You give this to the church now."
For all our viewers, that's a throwback right there. You feel me? That was a throwback.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood for real.
So he was a bitch.
He was a
Never
bitch ass
seen it.
motherfucker, but that was an interesting ass film altogether. I definitely
Shout out
recommend him.
Paul Dano, man. We had him 3 times on the podcast.
Pause.
3 times. Who the fuck is he?
Pause.
He was in Prisoners and he was in Girl Next
Oh, the
Door.
nigga. Oh, okay. He ass. How he getting so much playtime?
You think he ass?
He ain't shit.
No, in Prisoners he played that role fire. That
I'm
Alex
saying
shit,
though, it ain't like he one of them niggas. How the fuck he get 3 movies?
he gotta be one of them niggas, bro. We keep seeing him. He gotta be.
He ain't got a leading role yet. He can't
He
be
definitely
one of them
not
niggas.
the leading role in none of them, but he memorable in all of them, right?
Never seen There Will Be Blood.
He played a fake ass preacher that was just on some fucking bullshit and got his ass beat a bunch.
You wasn't there for that episode, Pools?
Nah,
I could have sworn you were.
no sir.
In Girl Next
Not
Door,
me.
he was the main nigga in the porn movie.
He wasn't. Oh yeah, he was. But he was like the third friend though. He wasn't. He was.
Yeah, but he was the one trying to talk to them hoes too. Remember the other nigga was scared.
But the other nigga was fronting the whole movie like he wanted the bitches.
Facts. Shout out that.
Is that it? Is it
Anything
time
else,
to play
man?
Tekken
Anything
again
else?
though?
Anything else, man? You got anything else before we get to the ratings?
Nope.
So KTL gave me his rating. Should I include it? He said he wasn't.
Yeah,
Go
might as
ahead.
well. Might as well.
All right.
Shout out
So
KTL, man.
who want to go first, bro?
Are you doing the trivia thing again?
Nah.
All right. Guess I'll go first, man. Look, man, this film here is a good one. I don't think that if you are coming into it expecting like a tearjerker or anything, I don't think it's this kind of movie. I think that this movie was trying to bring up a theme and push that theme all the way home, whatever had to be sacrificed in the process. I thought everybody but Clint Eastwood was a little bit insufferable and at times really unbelievable. I feel like the actors, even though they're first time actors or whatever, I don't grade on the curve, nigga. Like if you're ass, you're ass. So I'm gonna just say it. So yeah, yeah, it was a good first movie, but just don't act anymore, you know. But
They did. Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, look, hey, Luno, this
They
shit
all
came
did.
out in. Look, this shit came out in
2008.
2008, and I think the towel nigga, that nigga probably did one more thing after that, and the Sue bitch, she probably did one thing. Like they don't do shit. They only got like 3 or 4 things in their life that they ever did.
right, like but they didn't do a great job. And it's fine. You know, I think it's still it's a good movie because Clint Eastwood's in it, and I think that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely carried this film solo, and you know what? Honestly, it's a 6.8 for me, bro. Like it's not a bad movie per se, but if they really cared to like drive this shit home and give audiences like a lasting impression, they should have took the dialogue a little bit more serious. They shouldn't have given us jokey jokesters as gangsters and made us laugh when we are supposed to be concerned for people's well-being. There's a lot in this movie that was written very immaturely, and if it is the case that Clint Eastwood was just trying to be politically incorrect, I'll say it's an immature motivation for a film director unless they can take that and push the envelope in a way that makes audiences feel like they learned something and they took something away. 6.8 for me. Shout out Clint Eastwood. I guess I'll have to try another one in his movies because this one wasn't really it for me.
All right, Pujols, fireworks.
Oh,
I
I'll
can,
go. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Pools. Go ahead.
I bet I was just reading this this nigga from like this cold ass MK player. The nigga just tried to kill himself like yesterday. What the fuck? Yeah. Damn. I didn't want to see that shit. Fuck. All right though. The movie is man, that shit was just weird as fuck. The movie is it's a pretty good movie. Clint Eastwood, that nigga was a god the whole movie. The other characters, the Asian people, whatever the Hmong, whatever the fuck they are, I'm gonna give them a pass because I'm gonna just act like they was new to the country. That's why they're act like it was hard for them to say regular shit. Like why it sounded like a fucking anime dub when the niggas was talking. So
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give him a pass. I'm gonna ignore all that stupid shit that they was doing. Yeah, bro carried the movie, bro. Like super carried. Went crazy. Amazing, actually. Probably one of the best performances I've seen in a while. I'm gonna get that bitch you get a 9, Clint Eastwood. Good shit, my guy. Spook.
Fireworks.
All right. I give the movie a flat 7. It started off a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie to you, for me at least, right? At times it felt like it was dragging. I felt it had a few pacing issues. And then obviously the most like obvious flaw was like some of the acting. I didn't know that some of these actors it was like a first timer for them. So like yeah, that's it kind of brought down the score for me a little bit. And then definitely some takes that they used for the movie that I felt like they definitely should have redone in certain scenes. But overall I thought I was entertained. I thought the movie was it was straight. Yeah, 7.
All right. I think that this movie was pretty good. Um, Pretty much a lot of the things that y'all said. This is definitely the most racist movie I've ever seen, probably. Um, it was entertaining though. I definitely learned some new racist terms. Um, I won't be saying them probably, but it was nice to see.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Like
Oh my
y'all said
god.
about the actors, I said I pretty much felt the same way. Clint Eastwood carried it. He was fire. The plot, I do like the plot. Um, and like I said, like the ending of it kind of got me. It caught me off guard, and so I do like the sacrifice and how they did that shit too. That's pretty good writing, not gonna lie. Cause in like any other like a Pool said it's not an action movie, but any regular action movie or any regular like gunslinger movie, they gonna end it off with like a final gunfight or some shit. They didn't do that for this, so pretty good writing. Shout out 100 Gran Torino, whoever you are, probably John. But yeah, man. So personally, I give this 8.4, and I also added KTL's rating. He gave it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's KTL. KTL, you got anything to say about this movie before I give the final score?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like y'all probably gave all the coherent points, and I wasn't
What's your
able to
opinion
listen
of it?
into them. But to give a short synopsis. Hold on. There we go. Now, as I was saying, I think that Clint Eastwood played a very, I think this was a great character, probably one of my favorite characters I've ever seen him play. I think he showed a character with complexities, where you give like that they're a piece of shit, and then they end up, having a redemption arc and things with a tragic backstory and whatnot. I don't think that they made the character a piece of shit, but they didn't make him inherently wrong about a lot of the shit he was doing. Like his family was shitty, you know what I'm saying? The neighborhood that he was in was shitty. The world was full of idiots. But I think that there was good acting, there was a good story. Slim already said I gave it an 8.5, so I'm not going to try to retread old ground. Shout out to Clint Eastwood, though, man.
Facts. With that being said, man, for Gran Torino, the final score is a 7.9. And F Dub has the next pick. So fireworks.
All right. So it's been a minute, but I guess it's my turn now. So we will be watching 2015's. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 2004's The
Get it
Village.
right.
Oh, the
Ooh.
village.
2004's The Village by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
Ooh.
I ain't
I
never
ain't
seen
never
it.
even seen that movie before.
I ain't never seen it.
I've heard
Oh,
a lot
dope.
about it.
Dope. You guys are in for a treat then.
All right, man. Anything else before we close this shit out?
It's good to be back. Feel me? Sorry for being late, but it is what it is. And yeah.
Nigga John Doe said he was asleep.
Shout out Clint Eastwood for creating slurs I had never knew existed before this movie.
Bro, it was so many, bro. I didn't know half of these shits, bro.
Slim, I
I didn't know half
promise
of
you, this movie right here fueled the Stop Asian Hate movement that happened like recently. Like this
Somebody
shit here
called you
was
racist
kickstarted.
earlier.
I mean, I don't care, bro. Like
Might have
all these
been
motherfuckers in here are racist, bro.
Allegedly.
Like these motherfuckers on this podcast are racist.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bring
they be
that
trolling,
up, man.
They be trolling.
Shout out all you spooks, fish heads, zipper heads.
Holy
Said
moly.
fish head. I don't even think
Wow,
fish head is a slur.
Shout out y'all niggas, man.
Charlie Chan's.
Niggers. I think that was one.
No, not regular niggas.
What does
It
that
was,
one mean?
It wasn't
I have no
regular
idea.
niggas. What was it? Rice niggas.
Rice nigger.
They was rice niggas.
And this is not
Oh
us
my
saying
God.
this. This is Clint Eastwood. That's
I
how
don't
he
remember
feels.
Clint Eastwood saying that one.
He definitely called them rice niggas. Swamp rats. He called them swamp rats and
Black ass bastards.
gooks. Gooks and spooks.
Just a whole bunch of slurs that I can now add to the vernacular at any point on Call of Duty.
Bet you can.
Wow. All right, end the episode, bro. Like,
Nigga, you don't tell us what to do.
What's the next
Been
movie?
RC, man.
Let him live, Slim. He forgot how this was going.
shut the
Hey,
hell
KTL,
up.
sign us out. You just got here.
Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. Join us next week for 2004's The Village. You know what I'm saying? If y'all haven't, go watch the Menace to Society episode. We close to a stack. Y'all go watch Nostalgia Glasses. Y'all go watch Girl Next Door. Run all that shit up, man. We finna be back next week. It's lit.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hold it down.
There you go.
Hey. That beat is crazy. This is the podcast. Hey. This is the podcast. Hey. That's the podcast.
Nigga
Hey.
got a
On my
personality.
skis.
What the fuck, bro?
I didn't know that nigga had a personality. That shit crazy.
Oh, fuck up.
And they got to pick a movie, bro. Hey, he went through character progression, nigga, over this episode.
Yeah,
He
since
started
was
out
gone.
as a
Character.
racist, then he was an interesting character.